Hey y'all, this is Plaz. I have a big announcement to share with you guys today. So, I gotta recalibrate. Mercury is in retrograde. It is acting the fool already, child, let me tell you. But it does give us a time to reevaluate, reassess, realign ourselves. And honestly, my life was out of balance. That is why April, I took a big break. Because it was a lot, work, life, trying to do YouTube, doing all about the tea. It was a lot. Going into May, I thought I had, got my juices back up. I was ready. And I started feeling the same way. So I knew I had to make a decision. I had to make a choice. And as hard as it was to give that notice and say, you know what? Thank you for the opportunity. It's time for me to make my exit. It's what I had to do so that I could get my life back in balance, right? And that is what it's all about, y'all. We go through life. We learn lessons. Things come and things go. Things have seasons. And that has been a very hard lesson for me to learn because I don't really like change. I'm not really fond of it. I like to start things and finish them and work with integrity and passion. And it kind of sucks when you realize that a season is over and it's time to move on. It's time to evolve. It's time to see what's next. And so that's it, y'all. Farewells, new beginnings. I hope you all continue to join me here on Scared of Beautiful. I hope the things I've been working on behind the scenes and how I plan to grow and cultivate this channel will inspire you, enlighten you, encourage you, educate you, empower you. All of those things that are near and dear and true to my heart. And I know that it's near and dear and true to a lot of y'all. Thank you all so much for your support when I was over on All About the Tea. And I am not leaving YouTube. I would just be here on Scared of Beautiful, my own platform, Plaz, all day, every day. I hope you all enjoy. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Bye.
But before we dive into the tea, I know y'all saw that I put out that I have a big announcement to make, and I do, okay? So Plaz, who was a panel member on this channel, will no longer be on the panel. She's focusing on her mental health and her day job. When she and I last spoke, which was not too long ago, we agreed to another arrangement. However, I wish her the best. She's happy and we're happy, but that leaves an empty seat, right? Empty seat to fill. Look at Buffy. Look at you smiling, so pretty. I like them cheeks. So if you're interested, if you feel that you got what it takes to be a panel member and you want to try out, listen, we are open to it. When you call in, that's your audition. Okay, just say, Monica, I want to be on the panel. This is for me. And that will be your audition there. Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Schoolboy, here back with another live. And I just want to clear the air on some things. We weren't even going to address her. I guess people are mad because they didn't get a proper send-off. And we didn't, I guess, give Plaz what she wanted, which was her flowers or whatever. First of all, let's channel this back. 2 weeks ago, hey, Monica. Shout out to Monica in the chat. 2 weeks ago, it was stated to us. Plaz told Monica 2 weeks ago on the phone, like she said in her video, that she was going to step back from the panel to come on every Friday. Fridays only to the panel. Okay? Fridays only to the panel. She at no point said to us that she was dismissing herself from the panel. She chose to quit yesterday without telling Monica a damn word. None of us on the panel knew anything about her quitting at all until she dropped that video yesterday.
Because Number one, you didn't say anything on that show that was not the truth. And you basically repeated the same thing I said tonight. Okay. I didn't call her. Is she mad because she didn't get the farewell or send off that she feels that she deserved? I don't know. But for you to say I didn't like you and I was jealous of you, or anybody on this panel was jealous of you, is ridiculous. Would you send somebody $250 for their birthday if you was jealous of them, or you didn't like them, or you didn't care for them? Why go do 2 lives? Why not pick up the phone or text me and say, Monica, I really need to talk to you. I really do. Otherwise, I'm going live
to my enemies. Yeah.
I'm going live. I need to talk to you right now. Right now. I'm not stirring the pot. I was forced to do this. I didn't want to do this. I was forced to come on here and address it and talk about it. I don't like doing this stuff. I might even I don't know about deleting this live, but I don't know. But I don't like doing this stuff. Yeah, I sent her 200. Here's the receipt right here. Okay. She also said I didn't pay her. She started in January. Every month. I don't know why May's payment didn't show up on here, but I did pay her in May, and I paid her more than other panel members. And I would also send her, I would also tell her, like, through DMs privately, congratulations, or you're doing well, or, keep up the good work and that kind of stuff. Where's this narrative coming from that I didn't like you? Here's Ples right here. Here she is. We're going to just hash it out. We're going to hash it out.
We are. Hello.
Yeah.
So I heard some things because people kept inboxing me, and like you said, y'all, I didn't want this to be ugly, which was why when I gave my notice, I thought this was going to be a peaceful thing. So let me be very clear, Monica. You need to start watching things, and this is for anybody moving forward. Like I said on my video, I think y'all should actually go. You too, Marcella. You too, Schoolboy. I wished all of y'all well. I do not dislike any of y'all. I did not understand why this had to be like this. And maybe this is a bunch of non-communication. And if it is, I'll take that. However, I gave my truth on how it appeared to me and how I have been feeling. I don't care what other narratives are out there. I'm addressing this now and I won't be addressing it again. I can't let somebody say that I left because of mental health issues. I did not discuss on my live what happened in that backstage talk. I did not go into detail about what happened. I just said these things occurred a week after So Debonair started praising me.
First off, I just want to say, a lot of the reasons why I did enjoy when I first came on, it was because of Ples. I loved, her opinion on things, everything. And till this day, I still do. Like, I love Ples. No bad blood between me and Ples at all. And so during that live, I just felt God talking to me. And it was about Ples. And I was just kind of expressing to Ples that I really felt like, God had something for her. It was so much. And, I want to express it. And I guess I may have well, I don't guess that. I went for a very long time. From what I heard, it was 45 minutes. I was in it, and when God speaks, I'm going to give whatever I feel like God has given to me. So what happened that night was I started telling Ples, I feel like God had a lot for her, and I just seen some things in her, and I talked to my best friend today because Ples reminds me of my best friend a lot, and I felt like I needed to say the things that I said to Ples that night.
Ples, you have not been happy for a very long time, and your energy has shown that you have not been happy for a very long time. It's not us. And if you didn't want to do it anymore, we all understand that. But make your exit with grace.
I did not want any of this to happen. I was very professional. I wished all of y'all well. In my live that I just did, I wished all of y'all well. You too, Monica. I wish the platform well. But you got on here and said I had mental health issues.
I never said that. That I never said. I said Ples is stepping
Go watch your live yesterday.
No, I'm going to tell you what I said. I'm going to repeat exactly. I don't have to watch it. I can tell you. I said Ples is no longer on the panel. She's focusing on her mental health and her full-time job. That's what was told to me, that you said basically, in so many words, that the people on this panel are blocking your energy. It's negative energy, and that you need to clear it. You said it in a subtle, subliminal way, but it was
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't.
Right.
I said I needed to recalibrate and realign because I was trying to do too many things. My daytime job, this, my brand. I said, you're getting secondhand information. I'm sure it's enough cell phones in that house. Somebody got Instagram for you to go directly to my page and see what I said. I tried to keep it above board, but I waited on you to call me, even when you kept saying you're going to call me for 2 weeks, and you never did. I texted
that narrative right there is a lie.
I said I'm available, and you didn't call.
That
what was I supposed to do?
You said you was available, that was 2 weeks ago. Wasn't it Sunday night?
No, that was Sunday, and
right, not 2 weeks ago. So don't do that narrative. Don't do that. But
I told you I was leaving May 17th. So why you're the boss? Why do I have to go to Marcella, Schoolboy, and Bishop and say, "Hey y'all, I'm leaving"? You're the boss. When you asked me, should I make an announcement? I said, it's your platform, Monica. I'm going to let you do it because as I was told, and I ain't going to get into who all been talking out here, but it came back to me that I was taking over your platform. So I did not want to overstep.
You're telling me about third-party information, but that's the same thing. You're listening to people. When you first came on this live tonight, you said, Monica,
have an actual video that you can go see from me to see what I said.
Please.
You have an actual video, and I did not go live, so don't create this.
Can I speak? First of all, it wasn't 2 weeks ago. It was Sunday night. It was Sunday night. That's number one. Number two, let me just say this real fast. It was not 2 weeks ago, like you keep saying. It was Sunday night. I wasn't feeling well. Like I said, I lost my voice. I was out in the sun. I was literally under the covers, just not feeling good. I really wasn't. I had to cancel Monday's show. People saw that I canceled Monday's show. But, it's just a lot. And for you to, when you first came on this live tonight, you said, be careful, y'all talking, careful what you say to certain people, who you say it to. I don't know who you're listening to. There's a lot of third-party people that like to divide and conquer. There's a lot.
So who was deleting the comments, Monica?
The comments that compare panel members saying that
just the one that said I
don't know. I really don't care.
Oh,
I don't have a clue.
All right.
The fact that you're feeding into that is just whatever. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I could bring up. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I could bring up too, but I'm not going to do that. It's just because it's petty. There's a lot of stuff that I could bring up that was said and didn't said, and this person said that, and this person did this. But I'm not going to do that because I don't sit around letting those things eat away at me or affect me. And it's been happening for a while. So it is what it is. I have to just delete this live. I have to get off of it. I wish everybody on this panel the best. If y'all feel some type of way about Marcella or Schoolboy or me and you don't like us anymore, that's fine. The love is still there. If you want to unsubscribe, like you said, to all, that's fine too. Feel free to go ahead and do that. Tomorrow night, we're back to reporting the same, Lakeisha, you've been quiet. Do you have anything to say?
I agree with both of you on saying that it's a bad case of telephone. Both of you women, I hold you both in high standards and dignity. And this is tearing down both of you guys' brand. It's tearing down both of you guys' brand. And I do think it should have been you two had a private conversation. And I really do. I think if there's other third parties that has kind of thrown their tidbits in and it's spent. And if emotions are involved, because you both care about each other, and I will say this, nobody who doesn't like you is not going to invest into you. I'll say that, please. No one who likes you is not going to invest in you. And she does.
Said she didn't like me, Lakeisha.
No, I'm just saying that on my own.
That said people said that I felt I was overshadowing this place. And since they feel like that, allegedly, I am going to walk away so I won't be a problem anymore. And it was evidenced by the comments being deleted against me. As I said in my video that somebody hasn't watched, but they want to talk about, I wished everybody well. I wish this platform well. I wish Marcella well, Schoolboy,
I wish you well too.
I wish everybody well. As I said, I will be big enough to stay. When you delete this, I'll delete my live. I'm not deleting the announcement because it wasn't a live. It was a pre-recorded, actually very nice video saying that I was leaving for time constraints. It said nothing about anything negative about any of you all. And if people have started to leave y'all in my live, I actually said, don't go to their pages. Don't troll them. Don't say anything about me. Let me go in peace. Let me do me. They will do them. And all of us will grow together. There's enough money, fame, whatever you want, success, and there's enough out here for all of us. We will all make it when God wants us to make it. I have cheered every last one of y'all on. Could I be on every live? No. Could I be in every picture? No. But I have supported every last one of y'all. Marcella, I never said you didn't support me. I did say I don't feel like you really like me, but I never said you didn't support me. And I said I didn't, hold on. I said I didn't feel like you didn't like me because of different comments you would make on the show. I'm just telling you how I felt, Marcella. Right. And I'm saying that because of the timeline of how everything happened with Princess and So Debonair, I didn't get into the specifics of that. I just said, based on this timeline, all of this happened, and then you became a permanent panelist. All of you all were rotating, and then all of a sudden you were permanent. So I don't understand why I have to go. Again, the rules are different for me. I'm supposed to go to the team and say things. No, I didn't say that was your fault. I said, I don't understand why the rules are different for me. So I guess, this is more Monica. I don't know why I'm supposed to go to the team and tell them things when I don't get told things as a teammate. I don't get that courtesy. I don't get to, hey, this is what we're talking about tonight. I got to look on YouTube to see what the topics are tonight.
But I'm not in your group text. Am I in your group text?
No, I didn't say that.
I have to go to YouTube to find out what.
I didn't say any of that.
Because you got people hating me and talking.
I don't have people hating you.
I did something to you. You said you felt like I didn't like you. You didn't say I said I didn't like you.
I didn't say
I didn't like you. I don't work, but I support you. I'm there. You see me there on your post.
Marcella,
you said that's what you felt like. I understand it, but I never treated you.
When I see somebody, when I give a clear, very nice, professional video saying I'm leaving for time constraints, and I have people inboxing me all day. Listen here. I'm just telling you what. So just like I didn't tell anybody to be mean to y'all or to delete y'all, I have people in my inbox saying, "Are you okay?" They said you're crazy.
Say you left for mental health.
Excuse me. I'm just telling you.
Go back and look. That didn't come out my mouth.
Marcella, I'm just saying. You're saying people are doing things to you. People are coming to me saying, "Are you okay?" They said you crazy. You got mental health issues.
Can I finish? But that's not even what I said.
Can I say one thing?
Lakeisha, can I just say this real fast? That's not even what I said. Like I said yesterday, I had several people come to me and said, players were saying, you guys, the channel affected her mental health and she's departing ways. And in the comment section, they were saying that people were saying, guard your mental health. Your mental health's important. If they're negative energy over there, that's neither here nor there. You made a video. You said it was nice. I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the video yesterday, the pre-recorded. Yesterday wasn't a live. Tonight was a live. A lot was said. There's a lot of miscommunication going on. When I felt better, I should have called you, but I also felt like maybe you should have reached out to me and said, I need to really talk to you. I really need to talk to you right now because I'm about to go live. And
I didn't go live.
I'm about to drop a pre-recorded video and things are going to blow up.
Why did they blow up? Because I said I was leaving. Monica, you could have took charge of that when I told you May 17th.
Have a good night.
You could have did it.
I wish you the best. I wish you the best.
Can I say this? I really want to say this. It's everything I've heard. It's none of it's factual. It's all emotions and how you felt. Since sometimes when you're like that, you have to take a step back. Everybody has to take a step back. When it's not factual and it's emotions, you have to take a step back and you have to look at it at a different optical, a different lens. You have to. That's all I'm saying. Because I
just
see
want to
that
say
there's
this. I wish
love.
it didn't go down like this. I think it's a whole lot of bunch of miscommunication. Like I said,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm grown enough to say what I did was wrong and it was childish and I shouldn't have did that. I am losing subscribers by the minute, but I'm grown enough to say I was wrong. I'm losing followers by the minute. I'm grown enough to say that I was wrong. I should not have placed myself in the middle of something that I was not unsure of what was going on. And I just want to say that I'm sorry.
Okay.
To all parties involved. And I'm done for the evening because this is draining my energy.
Yeah, mine's too. Everyone have a good night. I'm going to delete this live when it's done. If anyone felt offended by anything I said, my apologies. If there was any miscommunications or anything brought to me that was not factual, I apologize. I also felt like it goes both ways. You're an adult too. You could have called me. You felt like I should have called you. I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't feeling well. And Sunday. Sunday. We spoke Sunday. We said I said I was gonna call you Sunday.
And I apologize to all of you all as well. And I will delete mine as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Lakeisha. Bye, everyone. Good night. Bye.
And I listened to it, I'm like, and I'm listening, I'm like, this is what they're mad about? Like, really? I'm like, did I miss something? Like, really? So I'm like confused. I'm like, okay, like this is not that deep. I'm like, she just giving her farewell speech and said she wished everyone the best. And she said she trying to get more time. I didn't read mental illness from that. I didn't read, she going through whatever, way people took it as when we got to that final stream. And the way I took it, because I was like, dang, because we had guests on the panel, which was Buffy. So I'm sitting on the panel like, dang, this is kind of a lot. Like it's kind of a bit much. Like it's like the girl and I gave my farewells and I was really sad because I hate to see her go because me and her is really cool. She was like the only person that took out time to really sit down and get to know me as a person. And let me tell you this, Monica, let me put on my preacher hat right now. I said, I'm putting on my minister's hat. I said, this is why I told you to call this young lady, to call this woman, because she felt a certain type of way. And I said, you should have called her and did it. And I said, and let me go into my minister mode right now. I said, she felt offended. I don't know what it was about, but I knew what it was about. But that was none of their business, what I knew or not. And I'm keeping it all the way funky with y'all. I already knew what it was about, but I kept that to myself because that was a private conversation. And this is what I'm saying. When you're friends and you call yourself so-called family, you don't sit there and throw other people under the bus. And what I heard on that phone, I didn't like. Once I got off that phone with them, I knew what kind of people they were. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Schoolboy. I'm sorry, Monica. I'm sorry. After that phone call, I didn't like what I heard. So when I heard what I heard on that panel and you couldn't refute what she was saying and you sitting there yelling at her like she a kid. Now I understood why she got hyped up because she got caught. I'm sorry. She got caught. It is what it is. This is why folks seen through it. And I was glad that a lot of y'all seen through the foolishness. However, I couldn't say nothing because I already had talked to a few of them. I already didn't straighten it out with a few of them, told them what I thought about it. I'm not finna get on air and air this out, y'all. Y'all not gonna get me to do that. I don't care how good of friends we are. I don't care whatever, because I know my brand is at stake. And when I mean brand, I'm talking myself, my reputation, what I done built for. I'm the type of person, and y'all don't know how hard it was for me not to say nothing. That's why when I turned on my camera, y'all see me rocking back and forth because I wanted to say something. But again, I was raised a certain way. I didn't want to get into women's business, and I wanted to stop the whole thing, honestly. I did, but it's not my channel. And she's talking about this so-called lawyer, and when you said she pushed papers, I lost all respect for you, Schoolboy, when you said that. Now, I checked on you this weekend to see how you were doing because it's a tough situation to be in the public eye and embarrass yourself like that and lose subscribers. But we all knew where Schoolboy heart lies at. It lied in with the subscribers because all she talked about when she was apologizing, at the end of the apology, she was talking about she loses subscribers and she talking about her brand. Y'all heard some of the ridiculous stuff. Like it was funny at first because I'm thinking she being funny, but she kept saying it, and it got kind of weird after that. I'm like, okay, like, and I had people hit me up like, dude, did she know she can't get nobody pregnant, right? And they're like, I don't know, no, that ain't none of my business. Because I thought it was a funny joke. I did think it was a funny joke though. I ain't gonna lie, I was laughing. But I'm like, it became after a while very immature because she's older than me by like a year. So I'm looking like you act more instead of like a big sister or a sister, you act like a little kid, fam. Like you is too juice. You calling people mommies on here. I'm like, that's a little immature after a while. And I could say this about everybody on the panel and affiliates. Like I could speak for Marcella, Ples, and Princess and So Debonair. We all acted very mature. She was very immature, and I'm have to say that you're gonna have to work on that after a while. And I'm not being funny and I'm not trying to be mean, but it was very immature. I mean, I got high school vibes off of that. And I'm like, you got to kind of calm down with that. Like, I would kind of try to brush it off, be laughing and like, yeah, blah, 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 kind of just do it, whatever. Because I genuinely liked it, who she was. But I'm telling y'all, after that phone call and some of the I found out the fallout she told me she had. And I said, wait a minute. And then the person hit me up. And then I figured it out. All them fallouts she had is because of her. It was because of her. And she want to talk about accountability and kind of getting to understand yourself. I'm like, nah, you the problem. You the problem. And at the end of the day, I'm here to tell people that watch me and listen to me, I will no longer be on All About the Tea on that platform. I wish I wish Monica the best. I wish everyone that stays on the panel the best. I wish Schoolboy the best on the panel. And I wish, I would tell Marcella I wish her the best, and I'll call her and tell her why I did this, and I'll call and tell players why I did this. However, for the other people that I don't talk to on a normal basis, which shout out to Princess, she come to my channel a lot, and we always talked about on Fifth and Benediction. That's my homegirl too. I never wanted to fall out with Princess, so I always said no, Princess cool with me. And I always said I don't have no problem with So Debonair. So, people might have been in their feelings for me still being friends with them or being cool with them. Hey, it is what it is. But however, if we cool, we cool. You said stop, Bishop. Why you say stop? I'm just telling what it is so I can be done with this. It is what it is. And I wish people the best. They do what they want to do. And I have no problem with nobody. I don't, but I felt like I needed to say this because I felt like there was a lot of gaslighting and a lot of people, wanted me to speak on it. I wasn't going to speak on it all because I felt like if this is supposed to be a genuine, friendship or work environment, I don't want to put that out there. So I hope y'all get an understanding why I didn't want this out here in the first place. And I hope y'all understood what I was saying. I was trying to keep this under wraps. I was the one trying to hold everybody together and talk to one another. But it didn't work out that way. It is what it is. I have no ill will feelings against nobody. Hey, if people have a problem with me, that's your problem. You take that up with God. And, I said what I said because I'm the type of person where I'm going to be better and not bitter. And if you end up bitter, that's your problem. And at the end of the day, the bishop has spoken and I'm out. Peace.
At this point, need to put my peace first. And for me, I just need to, Schoolboy is going to sit on the shelf for a minute. Tierra is coming to play forth for me, and my personal life comes first. I have made this decision to put my personal life first above this internet stuff. It's not worth it. I want to enjoy my own peace in my life. I miss that. And my peace is more important. So I'm putting myself first and my personal life first. And I'm choosing that. And that's my choice.
I wasn't the first person to start this war of words or back and forth. You know, even Ples said to me when she called me 2 weeks ago to give in her resignation, she goes, Monica, you know how the trolls are going to react to this? I said, yeah, I do. And at that time, nothing had happened yet, none of this stuff. So for her to take it to social media first really, really shocked me. It really surprised me. When it was grievances that could have been handled behind the scenes, or we could have talked it out. But I'm not going to allow anyone who I extended a platform to try to destroy me, burn my house down, has basically started the whole domino effect of the death threats with myself, with Monica Sauls, everybody else you accuse me of being. Everybody's getting death threats. Everybody sending around these emails to people to ruin my reputation, to other bloggers. Like I said, I spoke to the director at Bojangles, information director, and they said the police are involved, attorneys are involved. I have my attorneys involved. So y'all keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it going. Keep it going. So there's an executive over at Bojangles that holds a big time position there. She's a chief information officer, and her name's Monica Sauls, S-A-U-L-S, of Bojangles Chicken. That woman has nothing to do with this drama. Right. I am not her. She is not me. We are two separate people. I know we may have similar voices because she's have, videos out there where people have compared the voices, but we're not the same people. We're totally different people. She's received death threats. You people are contacting her job. You are harassing her on social media, and she has nothing to do with this. Don't be surprised if some of y'all get arrested over this mess, and sued. IP addresses are traceable. And I know for a fact authorities are involved.
Thank you.
Leave that woman and her kids alone. Let me tell you what one of my mods did. Let me tell you, since we gonna tell it all.
You want to tell it? Tell it.
One of my mods, who's no longer a mod, is going around to various bloggers and sending an email. And in the subject line, it says, exposing Monica from All About the Tea. And I have the receipts, baby. I'm not going to pull it up here because I don't want to put this person on blast. Because I'm too kind, as they say. I'm too kind, right? This person was a former mod up until last week. That's how much trust I had in this person. Because like I said, mods got a lot of power. They can block people from your channel. They can delete comments. And we see what the deleted comments has caused, right? This mod went around sending an email, and in the subject line, it says, exposing Monica from All About the Tea. Hey, so-and-so, I'm a big fan of yours. And I just wanted to reach out because of the drama going on All About the Tea channel and Monica. Monica lied on Ples, and she treated me bad as a subscriber to her channel. So here who she really is. Here's who she is. And it was screenshots of Monica Saul's children, her home, various personal pictures from her Facebook, a bunch of videos claiming that they matched up to my voice exactly. And this was a mod, and he sent it to more than one vlogger. Thank God I have a few connections in this business because I've been in this business for 8 years. Some of these people came to me and said, look what we received. I reached out to Bojangles Chicken. I said, I'm so sorry she's going through this. I don't know why these people are doing it. And when I get the opportunity to speak out, I will speak out and let people know I am not Monica Sauls. I am not. Leave that woman alone.
Wow. But I just can't even believe that, the accusation of not returning a phone call has led to death threats. Because you can't even rationalize it any other way because there are other platforms, right? That, as you said, they do the messy, right? We all like the gossip. So how does it go to this type of extreme where people are getting death threats? Are y'all serious? Is that what we're doing? I just can't get my mind wrapped around it. And I'm sorry.
Death threats. People
well.
told me they want to shoot me in the head. They want to sexually molest my child. I won't say the R word. They use the R word. My children. They want to burn down my house. Why? Because I didn't return a phone call. Why? Because I'm a poor communicator. Why? Because you misinterpreted. All I said is focus on mental health. That means clearing your mind. I didn't say the person had mental health issues. So I deserve to be dead. And you say, oh, well, it's an avatar. But what if they have these people, you crazies out there, these trolls, went and did this to Monica Saul? She's getting the same thing. The same exact thing. And all the people you accuse me of being. What if these people, a troll was like, if you would go to the extent of sending this email to various bloggers, and like I said, I got a phone call 8:30 a.m. from this blogger that's my friend, and she said, Monica, girl, they trying to dox you. They sending me pictures of your kids. They doing that. They doing this. And that's when I said, I'm reaching out to Bojangles Chicken. So they need to make a statement and stop this madness. And I was told the authorities are involved because she's getting death threats. I'm getting death threats. I filed a police report. I've notified YouTube about the harassment. Y'all eating off of me real good this week. Okay? I don't mind helping the needy. I've been in the game for 8 years. I don't need to eat off of anyone's back or monetize anyone's pain. I drag celebrities, but I don't make the news. I just report it.
You just
if somebody is sleeping with somebody's husband, if somebody is running a GoFundMe scam, I didn't create that. I report the news, and y'all come here for it because you like that stuff. You like the topics. It is what it is. Like I said, it's a messy gossip channel. People come here for the mess. They love it. They love to sip the piping hot tea. This is not church. Okay. If you want church, you go to church. If you want tea and the mess, you come here. So, and guess what? The panelists knew that. They were fine with it. They engaged in it. It wasn't a problem until they decided to leave. And now it's all on me. Monica this and Monica that. But come on, the proof is in the pudding. Go back and look at those videos. I mean, there's even one video where Ples says Wendy Usako's lips are like a butthole. Okay, how is that nice? Isn't Wendy an African queen? Why would we say that? I mean, Bishop would drag Giselle and Candace, the Basset Hounds. We're all in this thing together. You all were attracted to this channel for that reason. The dragging, the messy, the disgusting. So if you're going to call a thing, let's spread it all the way around and keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Griffin, I want to address the avatar.
Oh, please do.
People always saying, well, why do you have an avatar, Monica? Why? Well, number one, this is my platform.
Right.
And when all these, the panelists that have grievances came on this platform, they didn't have a problem with the avatar. They met me as an avatar. Hey, Monica, the avatar. Hey, Ples, how are you? You know what I mean? Hey, Bishop, how are you? None of that was a problem. But now you're bringing up avatar knowing that that is a trigger for people and they're going to attack me over it. And it's okay. It's all good, right? If I can dish it, I can take it, right? That's how people are looking at it. But none of this warrants death threats. And I have the avatar because of the death threats. Okay. Could you imagine if I was showing my face? I would have anxiety going outside with people recognizing me, wanting to shoot me in the head, like they said, or showing up at my door to shoot me or burn my house down. I would have to hire a private security team to follow me everywhere. And I'm not going to live like that. And again, it's my platform. This is how I run it. And I'm entitled to that. There's a YouTuber. His name is Corpse Husband. He does nothing but an avatar. He has 7.53 million subscribers. Wow. So when people say avatar this, avatar that, I say Corpse Husband. Maybe you should get you an avatar. In Ples's second video, that the live, she talked about personal things in her life, like the sores and stuff that happened in the church and all this other stuff. In the same video with me, where her grievances all about the tea, and then was crying. So it's almost like she's weaponizing those things against me and blaming me for it. Because why would you even mention all those personal things in the same video about grievances about the tea and then start crying? Almost to attach the two things together and really, in my opinion, how I viewed it, and this is just my opinion, to manipulate the audience. Why do that?
Yeah.
Because now people are left with, oh, she was crying and it's an emotional buy-in. But the issues you're crying about has nothing to do with your grievances. So now everybody hates me. I'm this monster. I'm this narcissist because I didn't return a phone call. I deserve to be dead. Back in March when we had that Ponderosa with So Debonair and Princess, and that's the House of Princess, okay, just to be clear. I went around the room and I asked every single last one of them in that room. I said, Ples, do you have any grievances or have any issues you want to put on the table? Ples said no. Bishop, do you have any issues or grievances you want to put on the table? Bishop said no. Marcella, do you have any issues or grievances you want to put on the table? She said no. Schoolboy, do you have any, issues or grievances with anybody in this room or anything you want to get out? She said no. So if you claim you have all these issues and you're so bent out of shape and so hurt and all this other stuff, why didn't you address it then? These are grown ass people. These are not little kids. They in their mid to upper 30s, grown. They work, they got full-time jobs. And, Marcella is grown. Schoolboy is grown. I mean, everybody said no. So why now? It just seems very, very sad. And I'm not shocked by what they've done because, you guys have heard me talk on this channel about trusting people and that kind of, maybe I am too trusting. Maybe I am too kind because I don't know anybody on YouTube that just extends their platform to strangers on good faith. I want to address So Debonair and Princess because they were dragged into this mess.
Yes.
And I want to address them. And they have been out. Well, I don't know about Princess, but So Debonair has done 8 interviews now. Wow. And yeah, Marcella called someone at 8. Did I co-sign that? No, I'm not Marcella. I said, I'm sorry. Of course we're not apes, but she said it in a very joking manner. People took it out of context and ran with that. Well, a lot of things are said about a lot of people. Calling somebody's lips a butthole. That's not nice.
No, it's not.
It's not nice. But it's funny. And that's what you get here. You get messy mixed with a little bit of shade and nice nasty. And you all know it and you love it and you suck it up. And don't worry. I have more of that in the arsenal. I have a few hot exclusives I plan to drop pretty soon. I mean, blockbuster world exclusives. And that's what you come here for. Let's keep it real, okay? No one on this panel is above doing that, being nasty and dragging people. All right, so Debonair and Princess, let me address that. So Debonair has been on an interview tour. People have said to me, was So Debonair and Princess panel members? No, absolutely not. They were not never ever panel members, just guests calling in. Now, I want to explain how they've been brought into this because Ples mentioned So Debonair, drama with So Debonair and Princess on her channel. And I don't even know why, because we're conflating issues that really, well, let me get into it.
Yeah.
So again, how I met So Debonair, again, I didn't know him from a can of paint. One day on Twitter, I get a DM from him and he says, Monica, I want to ask you something. Can I call you? Or something of that name. Anyway, we ended up calling each other because it's easier sometimes for me to talk to someone. I called him and he said to me, Monica, I watch your channel. I'm subscribed and I really love what you do and I respect you. Can you be my mentor? Now, for me, because I come from a corporate background, being a mentor is not just a word. It's a commitment. You can almost, in some cases, sign contracts because it's a year-long to a two-year-long thing, sometimes a lifetime in a sense, where you pull someone along with timelines and accountability, business plans and structures. So I said to him, I'm sorry, I can't take on that responsibility. He said, well, can you help me? And I said, well, what I can do is, So Debonair, and I didn't know him, I can hold your hand. I will bring you on my platform occasionally as a guest to give you exposure and also put you in front of thousands of people that will eventually maybe, subscribe to your channel. He said, oh, thank you so much. I'd appreciate that. I really, really appreciate it. So I would send him the link. He would come up here and he would give his commentary and all this other stuff. A lot of my teacups didn't like him because he called OG ugly, OG from Basketball Wives. He said she was ugly and he was praising Evelyn. And the crowd turned on him and they was tearing him apart and all this other stuff. It was bad. And they said, Monica, get him off the screen. Next caller, we can't stand him. Blah, 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 blah. But I still brought him up more times, several times. I kept bringing him up. Where things kind of took a turn was one night we had an after dark. We would do these after dark parties where things got really, really spicy and scandalous and stuff. And we would have adult conversations. And So Debonair, he claims he had a few drinks. He turned to Plez and he started giving her flowers, which is wonderful. And we were like, yes, But he didn't just give her flowers. He did it for a whole hour, straight, just nonstop. And he was saying that you have a special gift that's not like the others. You are not like the others. He said, I see the comments in the chat and you're the one being praised, not the others. You're different. And when Bishop tried to chime in and say, So Debonair, no, we all add value. And I said the same thing, because these are like my kids. You're not going to make one look, favor one over the others. I kept trying to stop him because it was like a really awkward moment. And I knew he was embarrassing himself. And I kept saying, look, everybody here on this panel, I love them all. We all add value. Yeah. But he just kept saying, no, y'all are not like her. Y'all are different. Y'all not getting, y'all not like her. The other panels, they're good, but it's not like her. Mm-hmm. So Plez said she was uncomfortable with it and she started to tear up a little bit. And that was that. Okay, we ended the, thing. Afterwards, I had a few of the panel members hit me up and they said they felt uncomfortable about it. And what he was saying made them feel like they weren't shit. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, well, let's have a meeting about it. Okay, so let me back up. So before that, Schoolboy, Princess, and So Debonair had a very close friendship. I mean, close. They would talk all the time. They would text all the time. They would get on webinars or whatever you call that, FaceTime, all the time. They would be on Instagram Live together. They were like the bosom buddies, a threesome. And Princess came to me one time and was telling me some of Schoolboy's personal information. This was around the weekend when it was Schoolboy's birthday party. So much so that I was under the impression that Schoolboy wasn't a good fit for my panel anymore. Okay. And I was considering making Princess a panelist because of it. It was the information was so not good. It wasn't good at all. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Okay, this was happening over a weekend. I'm not going to disclose what was said, blah, 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 but it wasn't good. And then I found out Princess was being messy behind my back and trying to find out my identity, saying that she saw a glimpse of my arm and I'm black and I'm a light-skinned black woman and all this other. She's never seen a glimpse of my arm. I've never, anything I do, listen, all my cameras, the laptop, the phone, all my cameras are off. Turned off and covered up with black construction tape. That's the extra step I take to protect the avatar. Hashtag protect the avatar. So she's never seen my arm. She's never seen it. So that was a lie. She told Schoolboy that she did. But she used to send Schoolboy all these links and stuff. I think Monica's this person. I think she's a 25-year-old criminal. She was born in 1996. Okay, 1996. I'll take it. That's not bad. Okay. The criminal part, y'all can keep that, but I'll take the 26-year-old. Mm-hmm. So I found out she was being messy behind the scenes about me, and she was being messy behind the scenes about Schoolboy, coming to me with all this personal stuff that Schoolboy had told her. So we was like, I said, you know what? Let's call a meeting. And I don't know if y'all remember one night on a live, I said, there's some messy stuff going on. There's some ops that we've discovered. And we're going to have a meeting. And Bishop and Plus, we're like, what's going on? I said, okay, we're going to have a private meeting about this. So we held a Ponderosa. The Ponderosa, and this was back in March. It included So Debonair, Princess, Ples, Bishop, Schoolboy, and myself. And Marcella. Marcella was a part of it because they were saying that Marcella was saying stuff too. It was a lot of he say, she say crap going on, blah, 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 back and forth. So we held the Ponderosa, and the whole thing with So Debonair giving Ples her flowers and making everybody else feel like shit came up. Bishop went in on So Debonair. I mean, he went in. He didn't use any cuss words, but he went off. He was so heated. It was so bad that So Debonair blocked him immediately on all social media. Blocked him. No one's talking about that part of the story, right?
Right.
No one is. I confronted Princess about the stuff that she was saying. Not really confront, but it was like, hey, this is what you said about Schoolboy. Is it true? And here's what Schoolboy's saying you said about me. Because, we kind of hold them to, they weren't panel members, but they were like adjacent. We kind of looked at them as friends. Behind the scenes, we would text with them. And Princess used to text me all the time, DM me all the time. So Debonair called me his mom and would always say, thank you so much for bringing me on your platform. No one's done that. YouTubers don't do that. They don't look out for people. I didn't know him from anywhere. I didn't. So, yeah, like I said, Bishop went off so bad on So Debonair that So Debonair blocked him. So the next day comes and So Debonair DMs me. He's like, Mom, I love you. I said, son, I love you too. I did have to mute So Debonair on social media because he's half naked on social media a lot. And I don't want to be scrolling up and down my timeline looking at groin pics and your nipples and stuff. I don't. I like you like the sun. I don't want to look at that stuff. So Debonair said, can you please call me? And I said, okay. So it took me a little bit, like maybe, we were playing phone tag. It took me like maybe, I don't know, a few days, but I called him and I finally got him on the phone because he wouldn't pick up when I would try to call. And he said, Monica, thank you, but I have family over. Can I call you back? And he never did. And that was in March. That was the last time I spoke to him. Then I noticed he unfollowed me. Then he refollowed me and all this other mess. So that was that. Princess, we never stopped, communicating and everything. The energy changed, but she was still calling in, and still, supporting the channel. So why stop her from calling in? I mean, it didn't change stuff, but then I found out she was still being messy behind the scenes when it came to me. But you can't stop a messy person now. If you're gonna be messy, that's it. That's just her character, her personality. It's all good, but. So that was the situation with So Debonair and Princess. Now on to Bishop. Can we address that? Let's talk about what happened there. When Bishop left, I got no text message or phone call from him. The last text message I got from him was on Friday. He had a death in the family and he thanked me for Cash App and just, he said he would let his family know and thank me, and that was it. That's the last I heard from him. So I know he said he sent me a text message, and that's far from the truth. He did not. And I could pull the phone record from the phone company, not a screenshot of anything, if need be. Bishop claims that I'm too kind. And he gave an example, because I watched his video as well. Because Bishop said, okay, well, let me start from the beginning. Yes. So Bishop said he's standing by all about the tea, and he's not leaving, and he likes all parties involved, and everything was cool. Friday, he had a death in the family. I sent him a super chat and I gave my condolences on Friday. And I said, I'm so sorry. And he said, Monica, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm going to let the family know that you send your condolences. And that was it. That was Friday of last week. And that was the last time I heard from Bishop. Never got a text message, never got a missed phone call, nothing. He said he was breaking his silence. And I looked at his thumbnail and I said, okay, let me see what this is about. With my name in it, all about the tea, breaking the silence, because I had no clue. I'm leaving all about the tea, and here's why. Monica's too kind. And he gave an example that people in the chat were saying he was fat, and I stood up for him and I said, no, he's not fat. I said he's cuddly and he's cute, like an Eddie Levert type of teddy bear type of cute, But because of that, he said he thought I was being too kind because he is fat. Okay. So now you're reaching. Now you're looking for stuff to be mad at me about. Right. Okay, I was too kind. Then he also said that I'm a poor communicator. okay, I will take that if you feel that way. I can't deny or say you're wrong. Those are your feelings. I'm a poor communicator. But if you also had grievances or you didn't like the way certain things were being ran on my platform, come to me. I'm human. I mean, I'm not a drill sergeant. I'm too kind, right? If a person's too kind, you don't mind approaching a too kind person. He never said anything to me. He never said anything was bothering him. What do you mean I called him fat last night? Oh, let me clear this up real quick. People are saying I called into the Wiley show last night. I did not call into the Wiley show last night. That was not me. I haven't even seen all the Wiley videos? No, so I don't even know which one they're referring to. I did not call into the Wiley show last night. Let's be clear. I have a very distinctive voice. This is my voice, okay? And I didn't call in there. So please, unless you got a receipt or something, please, okay? But like I said, you know, with the fat thing, would he have preferred to call me, call him a big old wet walrus splashing around? I mean, what do you mean I'm too kind?
Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it really doesn't make any sense. You know, like you just said, you know, it sounds like it could be reaching.
Right. Oh, let me address this real quick too. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to be on Toxic Diamond's show. Yep. Shout out to Toxic Diamond. I like that sister. Yeah. She approached me as a fellow YouTuber and said, "Hey, I'm here to offer support." And that meant a lot to me. And I thanked her for it. And at the time I was thinking of doing an interview just to get this out like I'm doing now, to get out my side of the story, clear some things up. And I told her, I said, let's do a pre-recorded video. I don't want to go live. I just don't want to do it. This was like maybe last week, sometime over the weekend. I definitely was not in no state to go live. You know, I was an emotional mess from all of this, a lot of stress, all the death threats, just everything. All this stuff was giving me a migraine. It was a lot. So let's do a pre-recorded video. Call me. Let's figure out how we're going to do it. Because I wanted a Gayle King style interview. I did. I'm not going to lie to you. Because guess what? All About the Tea, the hashtag has been used 70,000 times in the last couple of days. Wow. So I think I'm worthy of a Gayle style.
You are. Yes, you are.
This is a hot listen. This is blockbuster worldwide. Okay. Yeah. 8 years in the game, baby. Yeah. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Okay. Yes. So, but then she calls me and she says, "Monica, I have the live set up and I'm ready to go." And I said, "Live?" I'm like, "What the, huh? What live?" She said, "I'm ready to go. They're waiting for you on the live." I said, "No, ma'am, that's not what we talked about." And I have the text message. I said a pre-recorded interview. And she apologized and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. You know, I had a hectic weekend. I had stuff going on this weekend," or something like that. And I said, "Okay." I said, "No worries." But that to me was a turnoff because this is how we're starting off. No, ma'am. And I love you, Toxic Diamond, but I just had to back out of that. Thank you for coming to me and offering support. You did more than a lot of other people on this platform that are my peers.
Yes, yes.
So thank you. I appreciate that, you know, but maybe one day we can collab and do something else in the future. But I backed out of that interview real quick because if I say pre-recorded, we're going to do pre-recorded, not no live. And then you're going to call me 30 minutes. When I do interviews with people, I don't call them 30 minutes before we go live. You know what? We have conversations for 2 days. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it. What's the situation? What are the main points we're going to hit on? Let's, you know, do sound check, camera time. So yeah, no, it's not going to happen like that. So I just wanted to address that. Again, I love you, Toxic, and I love your platform. Y'all go follow her. She's wonderful.
Yes, she
but
is.
I couldn't do it. I had to back out because that's not what we agreed upon. Okay, I just wanted to address this really fast. Okay. They also help you grow your channel. You got over 90K subs. Nope. When I started the nightly panel, I had over 60K subs, and they helped me get to 100K, and I thank them. But we did it collectively. Mm-hmm. We did it collectively. They wouldn't know on their own that they all needed to be together as a panel. I come from a corporate background. I can scout talent. Okay. So I knew the mixture of people would work. Here you have a man that claims to be, he's of the cloth, but he's dragging women every night. That's an oxymoron and very interesting. Okay. So you'll be a good fit. Here you have an attorney but she's a reality TV aficionado. That's interesting. Okay, that'll work. Here you have Marcella is the auntie from New York that keeps it real, keeps it ratchet, keeps it raw. That'll work. Then you have, you know, a lesbian woman that is kind of gender ambiguous because she's a female, but she's calling herself schoolboy. So, and she's bringing in, you know, a perspective from the LGBTQ community. This was going to be perfect. I built a panel before. I can build a panel again. Will I be starting fresh? Stay tuned for what's to come. I love you, Teacups. We are family. I love you all. Well, we also have a guest joining us tonight because I invited special guests to join us. I love this man. He is super intelligent, super funny. He has my back. And he brings a different and a unique perspective to YouTube. I want to add Wiley to the Wiley Show to the panel.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm really blessed.
Boy, you got a good show. I mean,
yes, I love the Wiley
I could have stopped
Show.
laughing. But you brought the real. I mean, yes. You sorted through all of that chaos.
Exactly. Because it's a bunch of BS. Because it's a lot of YouTubers like myself did not have an opportunity to be in front of thousands of people. Monica gave ungrateful subscribers a platform. And those ungrateful subscribers want to cry and paint a narrative like they were robbed. No, you clicked on the link from your home miles and miles away and you got on the show. It was an agreement for money. You got paid to do this. So they're not a victim. They just want to take over Monica's platform. And that's not going to happen because she's been in this business for 8 years. And if you are a man of the cloth, you shouldn't be gossiping about a reality show. You should be somewhere praying. You should be somewhere with your holy oil. You should be somewhere of the cloth and really helping people to get to find Jesus. Not talking about Nene Leaks, not talking about Portia, not talking about basketball wives. So if you say I'm a man of the cloth, I never seen that man pray. I just seen him talk about women, degrade women. So again, Monica, the only thing you did was wrong was give ungrateful subscribers a platform. And once they got a piece of the pie, they left you and they're trying to tear down your business that you worked hard to build.
That's right. And it's not going to happen. But Wally, you got to tell us that part that you talked about being a lawyer and the meltdown. That's what got me. Go.
I've never seen a lawyer cry. And I feel for her because I'm like, if you're really an attorney, that's a very, very hard profession to get into. If you can't handle YouTube, you need to sit down because you cannot be my attorney crying. She cried too much. And if you went to law school like you claim, if you passed the bar like you claim, you should have some thick skin. How in the world would you join a panel and then say, well, let's get a contract? And if you are an attorney. So again, if you live by that, from day one, I need a contract because I went to law school. I know all the laws. So this should not be, well, they made me cry. I was so upset. They were dragging me. They were deleting comments. You sound as though like you're 6 years old. You are a grown woman. Grow up and you don't get no sympathy from me or from Monica or from anybody else because you are a black woman that's an attorney. You are intelligent. You should not allow somebody on the internet to get under your skin and to make you break down in tears. I'm not falling for that. She just wants sympathy to grow her platform and she wants to do other things. That's it.
Right. Use the tears to be weaponized. Right. And so you said that and that was wonderful. I said, yeah, that's right. I don't know any attorney. If I give my attorney something at the last minute, he better be able to do what he need to do if he get it 3 seconds before the judge is coming into the courtroom. And if he can't, I need another attorney, right? Because to me, this just doesn't make any sense. And it is bizarre. And it is exactly what you said. It was methodic and it was targeted to take down all that this woman has built for 8 years. But there's a scripture that say no weapon. It's form. It may form.
Thank you, Wally.
But tell somebody it ain't going nowhere.
I have a question because you raise a valid point about conflating issues. In Pleasant's second video, that the live, she talked about personal things in her life, like the stores and stuff that happened in the church and all this other stuff. In the same video with me, where her grievances all about the tea, and then was crying. So it's almost like she's weaponizing those things against me and blaming me for it. Because why would you even mention all those personal things in the same video about grievances about the tea and then start crying? Almost to attach the two things together and really, in my opinion, how I viewed it, and this is just my opinion, to manipulate the audience. Why do that?
Yeah.
Because now people are left with, oh, she was crying and it's an emotional buy-in. But the issues you're crying about has nothing to do with your grievances. So now everybody hates me. I'm this monster. I'm this narcissist because I didn't return a phone call. I deserve to be dead.
No, and then it's interesting. If you really pull the layers off of these videos, and then she goes and she says, what God has for me is for me. I'm like, so how does this really fit into what your claims are? It doesn't, right? I'm not a lawyer, but I know that much. I'm a Bible scholar, not a lawyer. So I know that doesn't fit there. And so, yes, using all these different ways to get people to buy into the emotional, type of things that she was doing in front of the camera. If people would have just went back and listened little by little to every video and wrote everything down, because that's what I did, you would be able to see how one of these things are not like the other.
Absolutely. And if you're not over your childhood hurt, get a therapist. But you cannot put this on Monica. Monica was not there at Players Church when she gave a speech and they dragged her mother because she was put in it. Monica did not tell Players to go to law school and get A's, and people were like talking about her saying, oh, how did you get this A in this class? Monica had nothing to do with that childhood, middle in your 20s trauma. She had to get over the trauma before you try to become a YouTuber. Because if you cannot handle the trauma in your childhood, don't say it. Don't speak about it, because you're going to get dragged. And one thing that she said that was a lie. Oh, they said because of my mental illness. No, she said she left because the focus on her mental health. But when you go to Player's channel, she spin this false narrative as though Monica was talking about her having a mental illness. That wasn't the case. And this is why it's so important to watch the full video. Even though the video may be long, but you may get all the answers if you watch the entire video. You cannot judge a video off the title and off the thumbnail. You have to sit down, take notes, and watch it from beginning, middle, end, and you will get the full story. And once I've gotten it, I said, Players is not a victim. She is an opportunist, and she want a platform, and she want to beat down and destroy all about the tea. That's what it's about, and it's just that simple.
It is. Yeah, you can see that when she said, I already said, and I quote, I was not going to accept the Friday date that was, you two are in negotiations talking about other days. But then if you already knew that, then my question is, why were you holding out for a phone call? This absolutely is bizarre. It makes no sense. And it sounds like to me that there was an intention on trying to snatch what Monica built.
Absolutely. That's what it was. And for Bishop, what I think he wanted Players sexually. And he left because, my woman left and he would never have her, because she wanted a man that got a body attractive, the opposite of her. So she don't want a guy that's overweight and don't have a neck. She don't want that. So he left, and because he is an opportunist, I'm like, oh, my girl left that I really want to smash, so I'm going to just leave and spin this narrative, make a 2-hour video. Nothing really happened. Oh, but they were doing clickbait and all that. Like, you sat there and you talked about celebrity gossip. It's not clickbait if you're talking about the celebrities. Oh, it's getting too much. I'm tired of talking about the same thing over and over. But you've been new this when you're on the platform. So I'm not understanding what's the problem now. It's like he was trying to find something that was wrong because the girl he want to lick and lap with left the panel.
Right. And they weren't held hostage, right? Wally, they weren't held hostage by Monica. You can leave. We at our jobs, we have an open door policy. There's a door. You can leave whenever you wanted to. So like I said, you had all these grievances back, you said in March. Why didn't you take the exit then? Right. Oh. That's what you need to really ask yourself that question. What were you hanging around for? And then that harkens back to, as I said earlier, it takes something to be in the YouTube space. So you have to ask the question. You didn't have a YouTube before. So were you utilizing Monica? Someone put in the chat, were you using Monica in order to get the views and the clicks that you need in order to start your YouTube channel? These are questions you gotta ask yourself. This is not about taking sides, but this is about asking real critical questions that will make sense. You didn't have a YouTube channel. 5 months you've been with Monica, and then all of a sudden you're up here talking about monetization. Where did the numbers come from?
I want to also, you raised a good point when you said grievances. And back in March, when we had that Ponderosa with So Debonair and Princess, and that's the House of Princess, okay, just to be clear. I went around the room and I asked every single last one of them in that room. I said, Ples, do you have any grievances or have any issues you want to put on the table? Ples said no. Bishop, do you have any issues or grievances you want to put on the table? Bishop said no. Marcella, do you have any issues or grievances you want to put on the table? She said no. Schoolboy, do you have any, issues or grievances with anybody in this room or anything you want to get out? She said no. So if you claim you have all these issues and you're so bent out of shape and so hurt and all this other stuff, why didn't you address it then? These are grown ass people. These are not little kids. They in their mid to upper 30s, grown. They work, they got full-time jobs. And, Marcella is grown. Schoolboy is grown. I mean, everybody said no. So why now? It just seems very, very sad. And I'm not shocked by what they've done because, you guys have heard me talk on this channel about trusting people and that kind of, maybe I am too trusting. Maybe I am too kind because I don't know anybody on YouTube that just extends their platform to strangers on good faith.
That's the truth. Yeah. Not many. And what you did for Ples on her birthday, not many YouTubers will give you the cash, will give you the super chats, will promote your Cash App. That's never heard of. Like many places that I've been to, they don't do that. They act like you don't exist. They will use you and don't give you anything. But you gave them something from the table and you didn't have to do it, but you did. So they're not a victim here. They're just an opportunist. They just want a platform and they're trying to get the sympathy card so people can cry and go and subscribe and go and watch them and not want to thank Monica for giving them the platform that you had every right to do it. And that's what you did. You did nothing wrong. Only thing I would say, again, is giving ungrateful subscribers a voice. They wasn't ready for it. They're not ready for it.
She asked me to come on after I hit her up about it because originally, like I said, I called in to All About the Tea like everybody else does when she opens up that line. And I came on and she billed me, oh, you're so handsome. You look so great. You should call in more often. And so that's why I hit her up. So I never was like calling like, ooh, put me on. Now the Monica, I call her mom thing. So Monica told me that I felt like a son to her. And again, I have video for that because I'm like, wow, like what is this narrative about? And I'll go back. So Toxic Diamond was the first person I heard say that. And I was like, oh, this sounds like a new narrative. It's like, oh, I wasn't really a part of the panel. I was just like a call. I just called in. And I was like, that's definitely not true. And Toxic told me, she said, when she said that, you guys, and thank you guys for this, she said, you guys all went into her inbox like, no, he definitely was a part of that show. Like, we seen him all the time. So I mean, I knew that, y'all knew that, but I mean, in her avatar, she just, maybe there's not a brain in the avatar. So, but she just felt like I wasn't a part of it. She said this to multiple people. Even, did you call her mom? I'm going to get to that in a minute. So no, I never called her mom. So let me pull this up for you guys.
Teacup affiliates, so
oh, and I wasn't a part of the panel. So she always said that whenever anybody came on the panel, the people that were on the panel, she called them Teacup affiliates, wrong or right. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. But she always said Teacup affiliates. So if I wasn't a part of the show, why would you announce me as a Teacup affiliate? But here, y'all can hear it for yourself.
Mm-hmm. We also have my baby. He's like a son to me. I don't know. I just love this little. I love him. Teacup affiliate, so debonair. Taste of debonair. Hey. I don't know why I always feel like I don't know what it is about you. You're like a son in my head. I don't know. Can you move in? I spoil all the babies. I spoil all oh, and I cook a lot. I promise. I'll treat you real good.
I love food.
Good. Listen, it sounds like a match made to me. Okay.
So I mean, there you guys had that. Like she said that. Leave me alone. Like I wasn't a part of the show according to you. So why do you even have to address me? I didn't do 8 interviews. But I mean, I can go on world tour if you need me to go on the tour to talk about the stuff that has happened on this show. Like, I never did that. You know what I'm saying? So it was just really weird. Like Monica and this whole thing, instead of just apologizing for the fact that you went live and you told people that players had, it wasn't mental issues. What was it? Whatever she said, whatever it was, I don't remember what it was. And then going live and then scolding her live and y'all going at it, like just apologize and get off the internet or go on about it. But she just said, she's like making a bunch of excuses. That interview was trash yesterday. It was stupid. Like she wanted a Gayle King interview. How you gonna have a Gayle King interview and you're not even, no one can even see you? Gayle King does live interviews with people. They sit across the table from each other and they have a conversation. What was she gonna be on the TV like Wendy Williams been doing during COVID? And the whole death threat thing, I don't understand how people are going to give a death threat to an avatar. Like, what are you going to erase it? Delete the avatar? I don't understand. So I did want to clear those things up. This is going to be my last time addressing Monica on this channel. Hopefully she will leave me the hell alone now. And she said that we're all eating off of her. She ate off of us. Like we brought her subscribers, just like we got subscribers from her. She told us to do that. So what's the problem? None of us really got subscribers from being on that channel. None of us. Like I told y'all when I did my first live, all the thing that I had was 306 or 80 subscribers. I didn't get subscribers on this channel until after I left that show, and it was months later.